So, hello and welcome to Gentle Mondays. We're on our fourth week of Healthy Backs, and today we're going to explore in the body strength and softness and release and relaxation. And to some extent, this is a whole body thing this week. We are going to be interested and still aware of our backs and the impact of some of the work that we do, but it's going to involve the whole body for lots of the movements, as we did last week to some extent, that ability to move with ease. So strength and softness, relax and release. So I'm just going to show you this first movement, and you can just decide whether you feel your body feels comfortable, sufficiently comfortable doing this movement. So watch the first time and then you can join in. So my feet are about a hip distance apart. You can take them wider if you wish. And it is a soft movement with the arms to come up and extend up. So on the balls of my feet now, and then I'm just going to release quite hard down through my heels. Taking my arms up, so that's a softness and a sense of lengthening through the body. And there'll be strength in the legs, and then there'll be release. Okay, step a little bit further forward, so I've got a bit of swing option behind me. So just see how you feel about that kind of, if there is quite a firm release through the ankles. We will be using, potentially, if you wish to, a stronger out breath when we come down as that kind of release, let go valve. So just the issues that you just need to be careful about, obviously, if you're coming out harder, then that's going to be harder impact on your lower back. It could be, you could feel uncomfortable or just not right for the head or the sort of the top of the neck area. So I don't want to worry people, but I just want you to make some choices. So I've actually got two mats here. So going down quite hard on this surface, there isn't so much power. I have done it just on the floor and hard surface, and that really feels kind of quite a wake up shock almost to the body in that kind of release. Okay, so you're coming with me, come with me. So if you don't like the kind of dropping down, then you just release down as we normally would. Okay, so arms coming up through the front, and it's a floaty version. And we're coming up to the balls of our feet to extend up, and then we're dropping down. Let the arms just relax. My knees are now slightly bent. I'm lengthening up. And I'm releasing down. So that kind of exhale often gives you more power. Yeah? So the strength, the power, the release is a little bit more whole body impact. Okay, so let's do a few, either soft version or hard version. So the soft version will just be bringing your heels back down. So breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in and out. Okay, so just feeling the impact there. How's it feeling there? Sacrum, lower back, coccyx or sorts of areas that feel okay. Feeling the neck and the head, the shoulders. So there's that sense of lightly lengthening, but it's strengthening energy and then that release and letting go. Okay, so we're going to go to a more familiar movement, but in some ways it's not this different from what we've just been doing. So we are going to sweep the arms up and come on onto the balls of our feet if we're happy to do so, and then we're coming down. So the breath can still work on the coming down in terms of release. So finding your own rhythm, sense of reaching and extending and releasing and letting go. Release and let go, extending and strengthening. Extending and strengthening. Releasing and relaxing. Releasing and returning to the ground. Earth, sky. So we're using all the joints in the lower leg, toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips. We've got the shoulders, the side body opening as we extend and release. So we give in the knees and the legs as we come down. And then just slow that up if you've not already taken a break. And just being still for a moment. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, so the heart might be beating a little faster. So we've done a little bit of a workout to some extent now to get the whole system going. Let's awake our core. Strengthening process. And it was a releasing process. It was waking up the whole body system, the joints, the muscles, the tendons, the fascia, connective tissue. It was working the whole body. The whole body. Okay, so just releasing the shoulders, allowing a sense of relaxing the shoulders, a sense of softening the belly. Softening the butt, still having the support from the feet on the ground. Having a sense of the earth beneath the feet, sky extended above the head. And letting things calm down. Just noticing the breath, both behind the hands, the impact behind the hands, and the impact in the back body. So can you feel the breath in the lower back? Expansion and release in the lower back. And can you feel it in the area of the back of the rib cage where the lungs really are? And after waking up that energy, that movement in the body, that strengthening and releasing. How does the body feel? And relax and release the arms. So let's just take the feet wider apart. So wider than shoulder distance. And I've got a little bit of a bend in the knee. So we're going to sweep the arms up, that gentle extension, and as we come down, we're just giving our weight to one foot. So the idea is the knee drifts over the feet, so there's an alignment there. Just keeping the check out for that, and then up, and again keeping the check out on the second side, in up to centre, and out, giving you weight to one foot. So you decide how much weight you're giving to each side. So it may be the knee doesn't feel too safe going down too far, so you might need to just do smaller movements. But the weight change, think about foot, pressing through the foot to lift you and release you to the other side. So pressing down on that foot to return to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So you could take the gaze up with your hands and down with your hands. Or you could stay in center if that feels more kind of stabilizing. So the softness and the strength. So sometimes we're looking for one or the other. So the legs need to support you and need to do just that, a little bit of work. But this idea that we can have softness within the strength work can be quite of a kind of joy, that I can move, I'm quite strong, I can move with a degree of ease through finding the softness as well as the support. Finding strength and softening through it. Doesn't need to be hard work if we can find our rhythm and our flow. So we're strong and we're soft. We're strong and we're soft. We use the earth, we return to the earth. We take energy from the earth, we give to the earth. We float up towards the sky and the light. We come down with the light. We float up into space. We come down from space. So finding ways and layers to movement. We're doing this quite a long time. Can just enliven, enrich, and help the absorption of the whole experience. But we're not just doing an exercise. We're not just moving from side to side. We're exploring ourselves and our relationship to our environment. Okay, so next time we're in center, bringing the hands down, finding the feet, and just see how we are now we're back in center. Hands on pelvis, feet hip distance apart, and just let's do a figure of 8. See how the hips are doing. So softening, releasing the hips. Really relax in the center of the body. Let the shoulders soften. And just find that flow, that rhythm that you find pleasant, that kind of danciness in the body. So we can release tension from maybe how we would normally move, which might not have quite so much of a, might do, but might not have so much of a dancing looseness to it, softening into it, without collapse. So strength and softness, avoid that kind of collapsing, so still energy in the body. And back into center. Let the arms relax, maybe there, a little bit of a shake out, fingers for wrists, for elbows and for shoulders. Get them up a little bit, we can fly. Okay, maybe not. Okay, and okay, maybe one knee up, one knee up, one knee up, one knee up. So just take them out to the side a little bit, rather than just forward. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm taking my feet wider than shoulder distance, but if you feel more comfortable at shoulder distance, that's fine. I'm giving again a little bit of weight through the feet by having that sitting down. So I'm not creating any more of an arch in my lower back. So just straighten up and see what the back feels like. And then sit down as you've got one hand in your back and just see if you can maintain that neutrality. Assuming you had neutrality when you were kind of with the legs straighter. Okay. So from here, we're bringing the hands up to center and then we're pushing up and coming up. Bringing the arms out to the side, bending the knees slightly if that's comfortable. Bring the hands up to the heart space and then we turn the palms up and lengthen. Arms out to the side, relax slightly in the legs if the knees can cope with that. In breath to the heart and reaching up, pushing up towards the sky. Arms can come down gently, softly. Energy up to the heart, out of the heart and up to the sky. And flowing the arms down. Strength to the heart, strength to the sky. Soften, bringing the arms down. Taking the hands up to the heart, stretching up to the sky, and arms relaxing back down. Strength to the heart, strength to the sky, finding the space to relax and release. Strength to the heart, strength to the sky, relax and release to the earth. Strength to the heart, strength to the sky, relax and release to the earth. And get our legs back. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of going down, coming up today. So hopefully body can cope with that. So we're going to go down onto our knees for a little while and we'll go onto our back. I'll leave it there. We'll go to our side. We'll see how we go for time, what we cover this week. Okay, so I think I will just slightly adjust so I have more space as well. So, look closer. As come on to all fours. Okay, so we've done quite a lot with the arms, done a lot with the legs. So just feeling what it's like in this position. Whether you feel strong through the arms, inner arms, outer arms, whether you feel strong through the belly, whether you feel strong through the inner thighs and the outer thighs. Okay, so from here, we're just going to rock forward and back really slowly initially. So it's a soft movement, really small movement. And we keep the crown of the head in line with the spine, so we're not dropping the head down, we're not sticking the chin forward, we just, so my glance is down towards the mat. Okay, and then from here, just see how it feels to push back and sit on your, towards your right heel. So you're not just going back to go over to one side. Come up, so shoulders are broadly over the wrists, and then back to the left heel slightly. So breathing in, coming forward. Breathing out over to the right heel. Your butt. Breathing in, coming forward. Breathing out to the left. Forward on the in-breath. Back on the out. So softness and release back. Softly coming forward. Softly going back. And next time you're in neutral, then stay neutral. Take the hands a little further forward and tuck the toes under. So we're going to go up into downward dog, but only for a moment. So it's more like puppy dog. So if you want to watch. So I'm getting a little bit more space in the lower back, a little bit more length through the back as I push back. So once I've done that a few times, then I'm going to take my knees off the floor and keep the knees bent almost to the chest, push back and come forward, rock back, rock forward, and then go up again. With the knees bent, almost like you're reaching up with your sitting bones, gently coming down, rock forward, rock back, soft, and then find your strength as you go back to push up and lengthen through the spine, gently and softly coming down. So soften here, strengthen as you go up. Soften as you come down. Relax and release back and forth. Strength as you go up. And last time, down to the knees. And release the toes. Just give the toes a little bit of a relaxed movement. Okay, we'll go on to our backs. I know we do need to work the wrist, but I know for some people that the weight on the wrist is just very tricky. So we can go back and come back and just giving the wrists a little bit of a break if we need to. So coming on to our backs now. And having the knees bent and the feet on the floor. Arms are out to the side, whether the palms are up, palms are down, and palms are facing in towards the body. So just see how the body is as you release and let go here. Releasing the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, the arms, the feet on the floor, pelvis. So there's some strength here because the legs have worked. So there might still be some sense of that strength in the thighs, inner legs and outer legs. There might be strength in the arms. We're pushing back in order to get up into downward facing dog. So we're just going to allow the right knee to drift in towards the chest. The hands, both hands to come. If you can reach to the shin, then take the shin. If it feels too restrictive, then you just take your hands to the back of the thigh. So wherever feels comfortable, or at least without any strain for the neck, etc. So allowing the knee to drift in. Allowing the knee to drift out. Allowing the knee to soften. The hip to soften as the leg comes in towards you. Release the knee away. Release the lower back. Turn the knee towards the chest. Soften the lower back. Release the knee away. Soften the lower back. Okay, so next time the leg drifts away, release. So I'm working with my right leg. Hopefully we all are, but don't worry if you're not. So I'm keeping my right hand on my right knee and releasing my left hand away to the floor. I'm just going to do circles with this right knee so I can get into softening, loosening around the hip. Finding space, finding energy. And smoothness in the circuit if I can. Keeping the breath released. And the back of the head sinking to the floor. You're not tensing in the neck. If you need to extend the head away to just release the back of the neck, then do. And circling the other way for that knee. So you're looking for softness, release, relaxation in that hip. It might be sticky, but you're thinking smooth, 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 possible without. You can't force smooth, you can only release into. And then let that knee release and drift to the floor. Just see how things are in that neutral position for a moment. What energy there is now in the right leg compared to the left leg, or different relationship to the ground, whether in the foot or in the pelvis, the hip. And then picking up the left knee or your opposite knee, take the left hand to that knee. Sorry, we want both of the arms first, don't we? Apologies. And then let the knee draw in to soften the back. Let the knee release away. Softening the lower back. And releasing the leg away. So you could breathe out to soften the lower back. Breathe in to release the leg away. Find the space for that. And soften the shoulders as you do that as well. So release away with the knee. And breathing out, softening the elbows, the shoulders, muscles around the upper back. Let the leg drift away, expanding into the belly, maybe with the breath a little bit. Okay, so the next time the knee releases away, then release the right hand to the floor if you're working with the left knee. And then creating these circles on this knee. So you'll feel the lower back, the butt, the pelvis in contact with the floor at different points. You're softening in the hips, light, finding a lightness, spaciousness, and energy, and a sense of release. Smooth circuits if you can find it, small movements, slightly bigger movements if that feels right, without being too jerky. So revolving the knee in the opposite direction, get those circles to release the hip down to the floor. Soften and release. Okay, and then allow that knee to gently drift to the floor. Feel both legs, feel the shoulders, looking for release and relaxation now. No work to do. And then lengthen the legs away, one at a time, one at a time. And relax again, so relax the thighs, relax the calves, relax the feet, the arms, relax to your sides. Releasing the body to the support of the earth. Breathe in, take one hand to the belly again, one hand to the chest if it's comfortable. And just feeling and deepening the breath if you can. So there's no force with that, there's just an invitation to lengthen and deepen. Okay, so releasing the arms gently to the side of the body. So we're going to do some little strength work in the legs, not that we haven't already been doing so, but from a different position. So just take a breath in, maybe slightly arch the lower back. Breath out and let the lower back sink that bit more into the floor. And if you can keep that position, so that you're still breathing, so it's not so strong and harsh a movement that your lower back is trapped. Start to engage both your legs now, so your toes point up towards the ceiling if they weren't before, and the back of the heels are on the ground. You can feel your inner thighs, your outer thighs, maybe the front of your thighs, maybe the back of your thighs. Okay, so you've got some energy there, you've got some strength, and the legs are not just kind of independent from the centre, with the belly giving you a little bit of support, even a sense of the maybe slightly the waist coming in, lower back coming in, more like that corset effect to give you the support in the centre. So from here, just raise your right foot and externally rotate the thigh so the toes go out. And then you just follow that kind of arching out to return and lower the leg down. Relax everything, switch everything off. Let the body have a moment of melting into the ground. Okay, so engage the legs again. Bring the belly to support the back, so the lower back feels like it's heading towards the ground. Got that support in the centre. And we're going to go to the opposite leg. So legs are engaged, belly's engaged. Breathing in, extending that left leg up and externally rotating it. So toes go out. Follow that track back and lower the leg down. So the legs will feel heavy. Back should be supported at all times. And relax. The whole body just melt into the ground for a moment. See what it's like to feel strong. See what it's like to feel soft and released. We're going to do one more on each side. So re-engage the legs, re-engage the belly, lower the back towards the floor. On an in-breath, just raise the right leg up and out. Turn journey, pausing the breath. And relax the whole body. Melt into the ground as it softens. Recover, release, rest. Re-engage the legs, re-engage the bellies. Lower the back to the floor. And breathe in. Raise the left leg. And turn it out to external rotation. And follow the track back. Pausing the breath. And then relax. Things settle, and then just bring bending one knee and then the other knee to have the feet to the floor, and just let the knees drift from side to side for a minute. To relax the center of the body, to release the hips, the lower back, find the rhythm. You rock from side to side. Next time you're in neutral, just lengthen through the arms. Get the arms to the right and the legs to the left. And then the arms to the left and the knees to the right. 2 more times, just find your own rhythm and rock. And you've done 2 more times on each side. Then gently release the arms to the floor and the legs. Just release once more. Taking 3 deeper breaths here. Using the out breath as your release valve. So we're going to come onto our side. So bending the knees and then rolling over onto your front. Now, I didn't say, perhaps I should have done. Often you've got some form of support. You might be fine where you are, particularly if you're on a carpet, but because we're going to be on our side body and lengthening out, sometimes it gets a bit tough under the hip. So if you need something, then just bring something under the hip to lighten that away a little bit. So I'm on my side body and I've got the support of my forearm. Trying to avoid collapsing, so there's a little bit of strength work going in on that lower leg, lower arm, to give that sense of length through and connection for the shoulder, rather than a disconnection to the shoulder. Okay, so the legs are broadly lengthened away. I've got soft knees there. And I'm just going to extend the top leg up and take the toes down. So that's a bit of an internal rotation. This time we were externally rotating before, and we're just holding that for a moment. Feeling like we're reaching into that top heel, and then we're just turning the leg, and we're relaxing, switching everything apart from the support in the arm to maintain it. So, second time, lift that top leg, dipping, crap there, lowering the toes, so you get a bit of an internal rotation. So that's an internal rotation. So it means that the top hip is more balanced over the bottom hip rather than letting the top leg drift away. Get more support from the forearm. Use this front hand to fingertips to help that, lower that down. Relax. Let's come up to our back again. Just for a moment. I'm going to just take that support out. I'll come onto my back. So 3 more breaths on the back. Soften the muscles on the in-breath and relax the bones into the ground on the out-breath. So this is our recovery. This is us finding energy through the breath, being able to sustain ourselves. Okay, so gently bending each knee, and I'm going to turn around to do my other side, so I'm still facing you. And oops, my support for my side body. Finding my support through my arm, lengthening the legs away. Using this hand to do whatever I need to. So I'm going to lengthen and extend that top leg, creating that internal rotation. So the leg feels strong. As I say, I feel like the top hip is more in line with the bottom hip. So sometimes it's also a little bit of a forward movement with that top hip. Sometimes you can get a little bit of cramp coming in. So let's not hold it too long. Relax down. And we get the support again for the forearms. So top leg away, turning down with the toes to get that internal rotation. A little bit of work going round in that side glute, and relax down. We've done it twice, so that's enough. So we can come back onto our back. Again, deepening the breath. In the softness, in the expansion of the muscles, the back, expansion of the lungs, and then the release, and the let go on the out breath. Everything softens, everything releases. Feeling a softness and a lengthening through muscles, and then feeling a relaxation and a release. See how the body feels, notice the energy in the body. Notice if you feel calm, if you feel tired. Feel peaceful, feel slightly agitated or sense of discomfort somewhere. Okay, so we're going to come onto our belly for a moment. So just do a little bit of a turn to come onto the belly. Okay, So coming down and just relaxing for a moment just to see what it feels like on our front body. Okay, so here we're just going to bend one knee and return it to the ground. Bend the other knee and return it to the ground. Soften the shoulders, soften the elbows, soften in the jaw. So just coming on to our forearms in this position, keeping the body quite low, so my belly is still on the floor, slightly, my rib cage is slightly off the floor. So from here I'm going to look over my right shoulder and bring my right knee up towards me. And let that release down as I turn over to my left shoulder, draw my left knee up, and then let it release back. And just flowing between the right side and the left side as you look over, that knee drifts up a little bit. So how soft, smooth could this be? So there is strength, strength as well. So there's strength, softness, and release. It's a whole body movement. So only bringing the knee up as far as you're comfortable. No strain, no stress. So just one more time on the second side. And then release the hands underneath the better side of the chest. And use the hands then to push yourself up. And we're going to come onto our knees. And release our arms here. Okay, so I think I need to come over a little more. Okay. That. I need a little bit more space. Okay, so we've done this in previous weeks, whereby we sweep the arms out to the side and lengthen. And then we create a T shape with the palms facing forward for our twist. We breathe in and find our opposite side. Breathe in and palms come together. You can't see them. Comes down through to the chest. And we do this little bow so the shoulders come in, back around, upper back rounds, and the chin is in towards the chest. So releasing the arms, breathing in and lengthening. Breathing out and just finding that softness into a side twist. Breathing in and lengthening. Breathing out. Back into center, and this time on the breath out, bringing the hands through and down to the chest and just bow. Releasing the hands, sweeping the arms up to lengthen. Just soften into one side to open the arms and open the chest. Extend up to the sky and over to your second side. Extend up to center, palms to touch down the center and just soften into this bow. One more time. release the hands down. Extend the arms out to the side, hands up to the sky. Breathing out, softly opening into your side twist. In breath to extend up. Out breath to lengthen out to your second side. In breath to reach up. Out breath, fingers together, hands together to create that round the heart center. Okay. So we're going to find a way forward now. So taking your hands to one side to release your front leg. Okay. And so I've got I should have said this probably, I've got my right leg forward. So I'm going to release my right hand to my back and open up my shoulder and just see if I've got a bit of space to twist around to extend the arm up. Bring the hand back to the safety of the back. Bring the shoulder down so it's in line with the other one and release the hand down. Okay. So hope that was okay. It's quite a strong twist there. So going to now tuck under the back toes and come up and extend through that back leg. Take my fingers a little bit further in front of me. I'm going to bend the back knee, I'm going to come to standing, I'm going to step forward. You can release your bottom down, to release your back. Press off with your fingers and lengthen up. And folding back down. So I was working with my right foot, so I'm going to leave my left foot where it is and taking my right knee back to the ground. I can untuck the toe, or I can have the toes tucked under, you choose. So whichever foot's forward, let's just get I want to have my right hand now by the side of my left foot. So now I'm going to release to my left foot, so my left arm up to a bit of view, sorry. Take it to the back and then check the comfort zone there. Shoulder opens, and if there's space, the arm extends up. So there shouldn't be things going on in the neck too uncomfortable. Release that arm down. Tuck under the toes if they're not tucked under to lengthen through that back leg. Bend the back knee if possible to get yourself to step forward, sit back to release the back, press off with the hands and extend the arms up and release the arms down. Okay, so I'm just going to do a bit of adjustment again. So we're not going back down. We are staying up for now. Just trying to create a little bit more space than I prefer to have. Further adjustment. Okay. So finding our standing position. Finding where strong. Finding where softened. Find where we've released. Find where we've let go. So just being interested in that. How are the shoulders? How's the jaw? How's the lower back? How's the belly? How's the palm of the hands? How's the soles of the feet? How's the neck and the throat? How's the eyes and the forehead? So just taking the hands, if you're comfortable, to the rib cage. Let's have a slightly wider stance, so shoulder distance if you're comfortable with that. And we're doing a figure of 8 with a slightly exaggerated movement for the rib cage. Just see how that goes. Sometimes the shoulder movement helps to create that space there. So we're both strengthening and releasing the diaphragm here. But we might be tensing the shoulders, so trying to avoid that if possible. So it's a bit like an exaggerated front crawl swim as well. Those of you that swim. And release the arms. The fingers have a shake out, wrists have a shake out, elbows have a shake out, shoulders have a shake out. And relax again. Okay, so we're going to just see how things are in terms of our balance. And for that we need strength and support in one leg, and then we need a sense of release and softening for the other leg. So I'm going to feel the length, the strength on my left leg, and as if the feet are rooted to the ground. I'm going to bring my hands into heart center. I'm going to have a sense of the length through the crown of my head, almost like I'm being supported to lengthen from above. And then I'm just going to take my foot to the calf for a second. And I'm releasing it down, but I'm not giving the weight. So the weight's staying on the left leg. And again, foot and release. So I don't completely give, I don't give my weight back. I'm still keeping the left leg strong. And that's quite tough. And the third time, and release. So now give your weight to the opposite leg, to the right leg. With the foot really grounded and rooted. Give your weight to that side, and then see if you can release the left leg to the, just for a moment, and relax down. And release again. So we're keeping that left leg that goes to the floor just soft. So the right leg keeps that connection, keeps that strength. And again, tall, breathing, and return the foot to the floor, release the wrists and the hands. Okay. So taking the feet fairly wide again. My toes are going out so the knees can go over the feet to keep the alignment and the safety there. So just straighten up and just see what's going on with the back when you've got the legs broadly extended, and then keeping it as it is, just slightly bend the knees. So from here, we're going to reach down into water. We're going to bring that water up through the body, and we're going to refresh ourselves by pouring that imaginary water over us. We're going to let the arms float to the side. We don't need to squat beyond what's comfortable. So get into that water that will drip through the hands as you refresh, maybe looking at, and soften through the arms, release to the ground. Use the legs to strengthen and support you as you extend up water overhead. Soften and relax and release. So you could get the breath going if you wish to. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Refresh and release. Refresh and release. One more. Refresh and release. Let's find our feet again. Let's just take our hands to the pelvis, our feet hip distance apart, and just do some circles here. Don't have to be anything dramatic, just weaving our way around, giving weight to one side and then the other as we circuit the heels, the side of one foot, the toes of one foot, toes of another foot, etc. And at some point, just find your reverse button and circuit in the opposite way. Keep the shoulders as relaxed and released as you can. So you're softening round, circuit. And then arriving in center, loosen the wrists, the fingers, the arms, loosen the legs. Let's just have a shake. Let's loosen the breath. Loosening the neck, loosening the shoulders. Getting a little faster. Warming up a little bit. And whoop. Let that energy settle again. Okay, hopefully not too lightheaded. So we're going to go to the floor and lie down for the last part of the practice. So again, I'll just adjust. So finding your way down. And releasing again through the breath. Okay, so I'm going to suggest a couple of more movements here, but if you just feel like you want to switch me off and just lie here, that's fine. We'll get a sense of what energy you have. So we're not doing a lot. We're going to do a rolling bridge, and we're going to do a soft twist again. And lie down. So we'll start with bridge. So bringing feet towards your bum and letting the knees be bent, obviously, here. So it's a rolling bridge. So here we tend to create a little bit of an arch on the in-breath. Out-breath, we soften the back and we just pick the bottom off the floor. We turn the bottom to the floor, create a little bit of an arch. Soften the back. Down to the floor, lower back. We pick up the bottom and the lower back. And we roll it down. Create a little bit of an arch. And we lift up a little higher up to the base of the rib cage. And we release and let go. Create that slight arch. Soften the back down. We use our strength to lift up now to the base of our shoulder blades. And we release, relax and soften all the way down. One more, we just do that maybe arch. Get the lower back down, we pick up and go as high as shoulders if that's comfortable. And then we roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, release, soften, and let go. Take our arms out more at shoulder level. We have space for that. We take our feet as wide as the mat. We let our knees drift over to the right and our head to the left. Use our gentle strength to bring our legs back up. Use our core. Use our belly. We get to the center. With control, we soften the knees to the opposite side and we soften our neck. And release through the head. Strength to gather in and gather up to center. Release and soften into your first side. Release and softening. And gather in your strength to the center and over to your second side. Strengthen and gather into the center. Third time for the first side. Gather in. Back to center. And gently release to the second side. This will be the last circuit. So gathering in, back to center, and release the legs. Let the arms come closer into the body just so the shoulders are more comfortable, and just settle in for a few moments. And checking in, how's the body feel? Very strong, very soft, very relaxed, very released. So that subtle, soft energy within the body, our life force. This to a familiar breath in the belly. So just listening in to your experience and having a few moments to let go of any holding that you might be doing, anywhere that needs a release of tension, anywhere else you can soften and release to the ground. Just settling for a few moments, and I'll ring the bell to transition us out of this. Just reminding yourself to soften and release. Awareness of the whole body. Relaxing as much as it can in the moment. So awakening, maybe a deep breath again, out breath, in breath look after itself, and moving fingers and toes. Maybe head side to side, just giving weight to the skull to ground. And when you're ready, knees to chest. Roll on your lower back if you wish to awaken and relax any tension there. And gently coming over when you're ready. Stay long if you wish. And I'm going to just thank you for coming and inviting you to find your strength and your softness, to create greater ease in the whole body, but releasing that strain that can come with the lower back and the upper back, whether that's muscular or the spine. So finding ways to support ourselves. So have a good week. Take care. Stay. Thank you.